Hey friends, welcome back to Channel Surf. I'm Jazz and I watch a shit ton of TV. If you're noticing why I am dressed like this, I am not auditioning for the Little Red Riding Hood, but I am dressed as a deceitful, dishonest, murderous traitor because we're going to be recapping the premiere episode of one of my favorite TV shows right now, The Traitors. Do I sound like Alan? Anyway, I'm here today with one of your favorite creators, but I'm going to let them reveal themselves, traitor style.
You got yourself a traitor!
Oh, gosh. You murdered me in my sleep.
It's so good to be in the world again and back with Jazz. Hello, everybody.
Oh, hello, Taylor, guys. Y'all will remember Taylor from recapping the Real Housewives of Potomac. Y'all loved him. I loved having him. I'm so glad to have you back, Taylor. So how did you enjoy the premiere?
Well, one, I have been waiting to do this with you literally since you asked me last month. So I've been waiting for the new year. I've been waiting for the premiere, and then I've been waiting to sit down and talk to you because there was so much in just the 3 episodes that we have to break it down episode by episode because
Yes.
the first episode, there was just like, I was excited. I was nervous. I was disgusted because of Michael Rappaport. I was happy because of Candace and Portia. So I was feeling it all.
Oh, we have so much to talk about. Okay, y'all. As Taylor said, and as I mentioned, we're going to be going over the premiere episode of The Traitors season 4. But before we start that, let's do a little recap of who exactly is on our cast this season. Okay, we got Ian Terry from Big Brother. Did you know Ian coming in?
I was so happy to see Ian come into this game because with Dan being the traitor on season 2 and not being able to make it, and then to have the guy who beat him on his second season of Big Brother, I was hoping for Ian to really just take it all the way. And I'm hoping that he will somehow do it.
Whoa. Wait, I didn't know Ian beat Dan. I'm so glad.
Yes.
I hate Dan.
Yes, he
For
beat
what he did
Dan,
to
final
Playboy.
2, Big Brother 14. It was a pretty awesome moment because I'm a huge Big Brother fan. Huge,
Yes.
huge, huge. So anyone from Big Brother, I'm always like making sure I know exactly who's coming on the show and whatnot. So I was happy to see Ian. It's been a while since I've seen that boy for sure.
Yeah, he seems so nice and unassuming. And then we have, P. Willie, Portia Williams from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. How did you feel about her joining the cast?
So one, I feel like we need to have always somebody from the south of Atlanta, whether it's Potomac or whether it's the south. We need a beautiful southern woman in this damn castle to really give these people the business. And Portia was that girl. She is that girl. And what I will say is, and what we'll obviously talk about a little bit is, when it comes to Portia, she doesn't even know what she's saying. So just let the girl talk.
She does, and she had some really funny one-liners in the premiere,
Yes,
though.
she
I
did.
definitely made a note of them. Next up, we have Rob Sesternino. Rob has a podcast.
Yes. So I knew of him from Rob Has a Podcast for a very long time. I did not get into the Survivor lore of things until I started dating my boyfriend now. So I knew of Rob being on Survivor, but I was first introduced to Rob as Rob Has a Podcast.
Yeah, that's how I knew him as well, just from Rob Has a Podcast, a very successful podcast and podcast network. I have never watched a season of Survivor, so I'm not familiar with him. Donna Kelsey, the America's Mother. Apparently, I didn't know that was America's Mom.
My mom is pissed, but we'll talk about that later. Yeah, America's Mom is in the house, and I know somebody had to ask, so how's Taylor? How is she?
I saw that. Did you see immediately when they were? I know I'm jumping ahead, but when she goes down to look at the chest, and I forgot who goes, no one's gonna murder her. They don't want the Swifties. Was it Dorinda?
I think everyone pretty much said that, though, at one point on this first episode. Like, nobody wanted to really even think about the idea of murdering Taylor Swift's mother-in-law.
Except our girl Candace. She was
Except our girl Candace.
The first swing. I love that for her. Natalie Anderson from The Amazing Race.
I love her. I know of her just from her shows, just from her on Survivor and Amazing Race and just seeing the clips. But every time I see Natalie on my phone or on my laptop or on some social media platform, I'm always just like more intrigued by her. So to see her be on here, I was like, okay, now I get to actually sit down and actually get to meet Natalie through my eyes and act like for a whole TV show. And I love the romance that she's having with Monet right now. It's beautiful.
You gotta love that. And that's the thing. So Natalie, I feel like I watched a season of Survivor where she was on, but she was coming back. I forgot. I think it was Survivor 40.
Yeah, maybe.
I think she won, or her twin sister, something like that. But I remember my first time seeing her, and I'm like, she reminds me of a warrior princess. She
She's
has
got it
this
going on.
hair. Yeah, she's brolic. So yeah, I'm excited to see what she's gonna bring. Jam Jam from Survivor 40, the winner of Survivor 44, right?
Yes, Carolyn's season. They were final
Oh,
three together.
stop it. I miss
Yeah.
Carolyn saying Bob the drag queen.
I miss Bob, the drag queen, and Boston Rob.
Boston.
I miss her so much. I was super excited to see Jam Jam was going to be casted because I did watch that season of Survivor after I was obsessed with Carolyn on last season. So I went back
Oh,
to that, got to meet Jam Jam, and then found out he was going to be on this season. I was like, well, let's just keep it going then.
I love him. Like for immediately, I was just like everything about his energy, the
Yep.
way he interacts, how he was like fanning out over Monet.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Right. Listen, same. Mark Ballas from Dancing with the Stars. Now, this is one person that I was like, I've never seen this man before in my life. But I don't watch Dancing with the Stars.
So I'm familiar with him just from Dancing with the Stars, but I became even more familiar with him, and I think a lot of people have because he was Whitney from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives' partner on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh yeah, she did well this
She
past
made it
season.
to Final Five, yeah.
Okay,
So
yes,
I
yes,
think
yes.
that's how people are now really getting reintroduced to Mark Ballas if they weren't really familiar from Dancing with the Stars.
That's amazing. Is Dancing with the Stars? Should I tap in? Should I get into it?
I'll be honest with you, I had not watched a single full season since probably like the single digit seasons, like back when Lisa Rinna was on it and Wendy Williams in the early 2000s. But
Oh,
I did watch this most recent season and I was actually like locked in most of the weeks. And it was, I think, like the most highest rated season they've ever had. So there was obviously
okay.
something about it.
I'll have to get into it. I remember seeing a clip from Dancing with the Stars when Master P was on there. Do you remember that season? Master P, the
No.
rapper, he was wearing a blue suit and he was doing some dance, but it was like, I think he got like one of the worst scores of that season or that episode. It was so bad. That was my first and like my only interaction with Dancing with the Stars. And I was like, if that's what's happening on that
I don't want to
show,
dance with them.
count me out. Yeah. Count me out. Oh, Stephen Coletti from
Let me tell you something right now. Why the hell is One Tree Hill listed under this man's name?
because it had me confused. I was like, no, Laguna Beach, right?
He will for always be Steven, not One Tree Hill. So I don't know why it was on there, but I was like, that's the millennials. Like we know Stephen Coletti, and so to see One Tree Hill, it's like you're disrespecting all of us right now.
So disrespectful, but I'm going to say Steven looks so good.
He does look really good. He's one of those few. I think he might be maybe the one person from Laguna Beach back in the day that present day is like still looking just right,
Yeah,
just right.
he was fine as hell. And then I was like, yes. And then he talked about he had the California boater's license. I was
Okay, and we saw how well that was used.
like,
That was really in my notes. Steven and his boating license are doing great over there.
revoke it. Revoke
Revoke
the
it.
okay. And then our girl, Candace Dillard Bassett from the Real Housewives of Potomac.
Swifties, watch out.
Swifties, watch out, because Candace was like, Donna Kelsey might be America's mom, but America's mom might have to die. And I was like, oh, but that's the Candace we know. She doesn't care.
And also, that is the name of the game.
That is the name of the game. You get murdered in your sleep. I'm gonna tell you something about Candace. So I have a little bone to pick with Miss Candace.
Ooh,
So
okay.
I had Candace on Wednesday of last week. I interviewed Candace for my series, The Q, and The Q is my series where I talk to entertainers about what they like to watch when they're not on screen. So Candace
Ooh,
and we talked a little bit about the traitors at the top. She gave me no inkling, no hint that she was a traitor. So
not
on
one.
Thursday night, as I'm watching the premiere and I see the tap, tap, tap on her shoulder, I sent her a text like, girl. And I just sent a bunch of swords. And I'm like, let's go. Let's go though, Candace.
Well, I saw that Tiffany Mitchell, she went on, I think she has a podcast with like two other people from her Big Brother season, but
Yeah, Derek
there
and
was a
Hannah.
yes. Okay. So that clip of her being like, I'm under a heavy NDA. When I saw that, I thought Tiffany might have been a traitor, just the way that she was like, I literally cannot say anything at all or I
Mhm.
will die myself. No. So when Candace got the tapped, yeah, I was like a football fan. I was like, let's fucking go.
Literally. Oh, the joy that leapt out of my body. We're gonna talk about our reactions to her
Yep. Yep.
getting
Yep.
tapped. I know we're jumping ahead, y'all, but okay. Ron Funches. Now, I don't know Ron. I had
Mhm.
his like comedian sister Blair Saki. I also had Blair Saki on the queue a couple weeks ago, and she told me that her and Ron were really good friends. So I was looking
Okay.
forward to him because Blair is hilarious, and she was saying that's her like comedian friend. So I'm like, oh, he's gonna be funny. Did you know Ron coming in?
I think I might have seen the name before, or maybe the face. When I was going through the casting, I was like, I don't know who this is. And then when I was watching the premiere episode, I was like, the name might sound familiar, but there was nothing that I could like really pin him on. So to me, it was like a brand new introduction.
Yeah, he's done a lot of voiceover work, so you may have heard
Oh,
him.
okay.
Yeah, you may have
Okay.
heard him in some stuff. You know this next woman, Maura Higgins.
Oh, I think I do. I think I do. I think I do. When she got out of the car and she saw Rob, I know she was like, okay, thank God I know one familiar face because do you
Yeah.
see all the fire around us right now? We just got out of this car and there's fires everywhere. What the hell's going on? So to have Miss Mora, one of the most iconic Love Island UK bombshells, maybe the most iconic UK bombshell ever, to be on the Traitors US, it's like we just keep winning over here, and I
Yes.
love it.
There is an audience type that they really fed with this season of the
Hmm.
Traders, with the Traders picks and everything. We are going to talk about that for sure. The next lady,
Yep.
Kristen Quiche from Top Chef. She was a contestant on Top Chef. She won a season
Yes.
of Top
Yes.
Chef, and now she is the host of Top Chef. Did you know
Yes, and
Kristen?
also she has I know her body's tea because during some of the challenges I was like, "Oh, Kristen's got a nice banging body. It must be the
Yes.
Top Chef food." So I love that for her. But I only knew of her from Top Chef. Yeah, so but it was like a Bravo face. I was like, any Bravo people, I'm automatically going to be like, "Let's go."
Yes, I love Top Chef so much. I like actually she's hosted the last 2 seasons. Those have been my favorite seasons of Top Chef. So
So
I'm a
okay,
huge
so she
fan.
has hosted two then.
Yep, she hosted the Wisconsin season and then she hosted
Okay.
this most recent season, I believe in Canada.
Okay, see, okay, my boyfriend and I were literally getting into a 2-minute argument yesterday because I was like, "Yeah, she's been a host for like 2 or 3 seasons," and he was like, "No, it's just been Canada." And for someone who has not watched either of the seasons, I'm over here like, "No, she's been at least 2." So I'm glad I get to say
I
I'm
was
right
gonna
once we're
say,
done here.
yep, tell them you won because it was definitely the Wisconsin season because I'm from Wisconsin and I remember that. And then she
Hey,
did Destination Canada. This next one was a throwback, and you know that Tara Lipinski, the figure skater from the
throw
90s.
back. And also, you're gonna say his name in a minute, but the best friend being like, "I don't want anyone to know how close we are." What?
Anybody with the brain would be like, two figure skaters, I'm sure they're friends.
Male and female, you guys look like you might get along. Oh, you guys do everything together.
That was so funny to me when he said that. Oh, our next girl. She's another one of our Bravo babes. The Tornado, Dorinda Medley from the Real Housewives of New York and last season of The Traitors.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Did you think when the cast came out that she was going to be in it like from the beginning, or they were going to do a twist like they did with Rob and Wes from last season? Because I thought the latter, because
Oh,
if you are dead in this game, my thing is maybe they're going to do some like resurrection thing because they're bringing Dorinda back from the dead. But then I saw her in one of the 6 Jeeps. I was like, oh, we're just go ahead and get started. So I was like,
yeah.
okay.
When they announced her, I didn't think they were gonna do like an introduction like they did with Rob and West and all of them. I thought they were gonna bring her back from day one because they were gonna make her a traitor. Like I just knew for sure. I was like, they're gonna make her a traitor to
Yeah.
ensure that she sticks around for a long time. They didn't do that, but they did something else, and I will tell you what they did to ensure that Dorinda does not go home first. Okay.
Nope.
Oh, we
Nope.
just we
Nope.
just
Nope.
talked about this beauty here, Tiffany Mitchell from Big Brother. So you're a Big Brother fan. Season 23 was the first full season of Big Brother that I watched. Okay.
Okay.
And it
Okay.
was because so I didn't watch it live, but I watched it after.
Right.
And it was because I kept hearing about the cookout, the cookout, the cookout. Tiffany Mitchell, y'all, if you're watching this and you have not watched Big Brother 23, she created the cookout, which gave Big Brother its first Black winner. This lady is a genius.
First final 2 black, first black winner. And also, it was the way that she was able to do this, but in a way where even her best friend in the game, Claire, which was a white woman,
Mhm.
the one of the most iconic, but like in a very sad way, is her telling Claire like, we have to send you home because of what I've created, and like seeing Claire break down because she knew the message and the meaning behind the cookout is so big that she really can't
Mhm.
do anything about it. Tiffany is a legendary person in my mind. She created something that will go past Big Brother. To see her get the 6 people of color together and actually create a dominant, forceful, like we are winning, we're going all the way to the final 6 alliance was just like it's iconic.
I'm
It's
getting
iconic.
chills. I'm literally getting chills right now with you just because I'm replaying that season in my mind. I'm replaying when they all six get to the end and Xavier looks at them and he says, "Welcome to
Yes,
the cookout." I could cry right now. That was one of the most iconic scenes in reality
I
TV, and I
know.
feel like
I
it
know.
doesn't get its just due. Like people don't talk about that scene enough, or just her genius. But we know how Tiffany gets down, so
But
I'm
that's
really
why we're
excited.
here.
Exactly, exactly. Oh, the Queen Monet exchange, our RuPaul's Drag Race winner, icon, the drag queen of all drag
She's the
queens.
moment.
Okay, Sponge
I
Mommy.
First of all, she should have brought some sponges with her in that
She
castle.
should have.
She should have. She should have. That would have been iconic. Her being on here, it makes sense. Bob was last year. You got to
Yeah.
have the second half. It would be like if it was
Mhm.
Trixie, you got to have Katya. Like you can't have one without the other back to back years. I am happy with her being back. I I think you might have even saw my video. I regardless wanted her to be a traitor because I know Monet Exchange and I know she will lie about literally what shoe she is wearing on her own fucking foot just for the joke of it. So for her just to be on the show, I was like, just to get more Monet outside of a drag race concept, I'm obsessed with.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter what happens. Like as long as Monet's in this game, the longer it happens, the longer I will be happy.
Yeah, same here. Oh gosh, I could not be happier. This next person, oh, you know what? I lied. I said Mark was one of the only person that I was like, I do not know this man. This next one, never seen him before a day in my life. Eric Nam.
He's a K-pop group guy.
It says musician. Now I don't want to be offensive and assume that he's a K-pop
I
star.
just because I saw that on social media and I was like, he must be a K-pop guy because I kept seeing these K-pop tweets and I was like, I don't know.
Okay,
If he's not and he's just a musician, I'm sure he's a great
sorry.
one. I do not know
Yes.
who he is. He's very cute.
So
And
cute.
there was something that he said in one of his confessionals during the challenge that I thought was hilarious. But yeah, I didn't know who he was until the show, but so far I like him.
Yeah, he seems really fun. And yeah, like you said, very cute. The skin was on point. Like when he was in his confessionals, I was like,
Yes.
I don't see a laugh line, a crow's foot, a
Mhm. It
nothing.
was
Put us
very,
on.
very nice.
Yes, put us
I
onto
wanted it.
that skincare, Eric. All right, the next one. I know you don't really want to talk too much about him. Michael Rappaport,
I'm
actor,
sorry, were you talking to
comedian.
me?
Okay.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
say
okay. No, let's go ahead.
I didn't know he was such a Housewives stan. Like I know he's been on Watch What Happens Live. So okay, I don't know a whole bunch about Michael, but what I will say
Okay.
is the only things that I have heard about him was like, didn't him and Kenya have a beef? Kenya Moore.
So I actually just watched that clip about an hour ago
Okay.
because I made a TikTok about how I can't believe this man is in this game right now. First of all, he is a Mar-a-Lago fan. Big
Oh,
fan of
okay.
Mar-a-Lago. If that tells you
Okay.
anything, where to start off there. Two, yes, he had one of his, and it's not even in favor of him. It's hugely in favor of Kenya Moore. He was on Watch What Happens Live with Kenya, and he says to Kenya, "You know you're the villain on the show, right? You know when you're on the show, like you're the villain." And he was basically trying to tell Kenya like who she is and what she's all about on a show that he's not on. And she was like, well, first of all, I'm not gonna, have you tell me what I am and what I'm not. But she was like, it's clear that you are watching, so keep the cable on. And she like turned her chair over here and he started like mouthing some words about her. And she was like, oh, he was like, oh, you're probably just jealous or something. He said the word jealous, and she goes, jealous of being a fat old white man? No, I'm
Oh,
good.
oh gosh, I miss that
Yeah.
lady. Now that's who I want to see on the Traders.
I need Kenya Moore on the Traitors season 5.
That is who I want to see on their Traders. But yeah, I didn't know he was such a housewife stan. Like when he was like going up for them. I thought that was funny, but yes, I understand he's a very problematic figure within our
Yes.
universe, the Bravo
Hmm.
universe. All right, and this next one, very pretty man, Rob R from Love
Yeah.
Island, USA. I was
Yes, yes,
watching him.
yes.
I thought he was cute in his season, and I was like, oh, he's like really pretty.
I think it might be the fact that he's not under that Love Island USA filter in the villas anymore, because sometimes that
Hmm.
lighting in that beach hut was not doing them any favors. But Rob really shocked me this premiere,
Yeah.
in a great way, in a great way.
Okay.
I was like, wow, he is actually like going 110% into this. And the Rob that I'm familiar with is very just, hey, I like snakes, and yeah, I was coupled up with Leah, yeah, that's it. And this Rob, I'm getting like actually like some charisma. Like I think the other people around him are bringing out a personality that maybe he doesn't always bring out. So I'm enjoying the Rob that I'm watching. Yeah.
Likewise, that's what being around the housewives will do to you.
Yes, it
Okay.
will.
And speaking, oh, the next lady, Lisa fucking Rinna, as she so eloquently stated to us.
As
I
she,
don't.
did you hear her tagline for this show?
Oh, when she said my lips are,
Her thing for Traitors was my lips don't lie, but I do.
but so that would mean that
I
you
was like, aren't they attached
the
to your
lips,
face?
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. It didn't make any sense to me. But yeah, Lisa fucking Renna is back.
Her tagline should have been, "My lips might be full of shit, but I'm not." That would have been way better.
But I
That would
might
have been
be.
way right.
Well, I mean, we'll see.
Listen, so here's the thing. I know across the Bravo verse,
Yeah,
Rena is unpopular. I think I have an unpopular opinion. I enjoyed Beverly Hills more when she was on there. Now, I'm not a Beverly Hills stan. I'm a very
right.
casual viewer. But when I would tune in and she was there, I liked it much more than what I've been seeing these last couple seasons.
I
Where
will
do you
definitely
stand
give
with
you
Rena?
that.
Okay.
I'll definitely give you that. Here's what I will say. I think I do share the same gripe about her last season. Her last two seasons really were just like a Renna that I felt was trying to play a villain in a soap opera more than she was being a normal person on a reality TV show. And so I think, especially her last season, it was just like she was just going way off the deep end for what I don't know. What I will say though is, and I uttered these words last night, so I will say them again on this podcast, that if Tom Sandoval can get people to maybe even look at him a little bit differently from last season, then Renna is totally going to be next on the list. And I'm open to the idea of enjoying those lips on my TV screen once again.
That's the name of the game with the Traitors because Phaedra famously, when she came in season 3, she did not have a good standing within the fandom.
Nope.
And then she leaves the Traitors and everybody is like, get her back on my screen again.
Oh, not my
Not
burgerlicious.
me. Yeah, right. Not my burgerlicious. I wasn't one of those people. I was not asking for her return, but I do agree she did an amazing job on the Traitors last season. So if Rena can if she can pull a Phaedra in a Tom Sandoval, I think she'll be okay.
I think so too. I think this could be somebody we just need to keep an eye out. Someone that is coming into the show with already maybe a bad reputation or just bad stink from what we saw them last in. But like I said, if Tom Sandoval can, cheat on his girlfriend of 10 years with her best friend and then come on the show and sing into a phone and have people be like, maybe he's not that bad after all. I think Renna and her lips will figure out something. It's gonna be
Anything
fine.
is possible in the Traitors
Anything.
universe. So this next lady, I think you know her. I'm not familiar with her. I've definitely seen her face before. Caroline Stanberry.
Ah, y'all.
Are we
Yes,
missing
she is
out?
originally from the Real Housewives of Dubai, had a couple seasons, but real OGs know her from Ladies of London. That was Real Housewives before Real Housewives of London even existed, like years ago. And
Oh.
Carolyn she was like basically like the main character of the show. It was all about Carolyn in my eyes. And then she moved and then became on the Real Housewives of Dubai. So and honestly, I would have thought she would have been a good pick for a traitor because she is just kind of like she's very stern. She doesn't really have a lot of comedic side of herself, but she has very much like dry, blunt humor. And so I
Mhm.
was like, I can easily see Carolyn just like looking people in these faces and lying to them with a British accent, though.
Which will make it even funnier.
Yes.
Accent is so funny. Okay, cool. I wasn't familiar with her game, but I knew that she was a familiar face
Mhm.
within the Bravo universe. All right, and then the next one, Colton Underwood. So fascinating.
Very
He was
fascinating.
Yeah, he was originally on, was it The Bachelor or The
Mhm.
Bachelorette? Okay.
He both. He was on The Bachelorette, then he became The Bachelor.
Okay. And then he came out of the closet as gay.
Yes. And he
So
tells us every episode.
wasn't there a scene in, I think, his Bachelor season? This is just my recollection from
Mhm.
what I've seen online. There was a scene where somebody was like alluding to him maybe being gay and he was denying it. Did that happen?
So Colton came onto the show as a virgin. He was the
Oh.
first virgin bachelor, I think, is who he was. And so there were a lot of, questions about that in general. You're this old, you're a virgin, whatever. I mean, I don't really care what people, do
Right.
in their bed, whatever. But then the thing about Colton though, and a lot of people, including some people from his season, are actually I saw one of the girls from his season actually tweet about it, how because of I can't remember her name. I think it was maybe Cassie. But long story short, the girl he chose ended up being the very last girl he was ever going to have anything with when it comes to a woman, and it ended up being a very, very nasty, toxic ending to their relationship, to the
Yeah,
point where Colton kind of like went ghost for a couple years, and then when he came out, that was kind of like his reintroduction back into the world again. And so I
gotcha.
think people are, not necessarily saying that people are forgetting that, because I mean, I kind of did too, but there are definitely people who remember what Colton was like way before any of this and are still like a little bit of like a, when it comes to him.
Okay, that's interesting. He's an interesting case. I'll leave it at
Yes.
that because I think we're gonna have a lot more to dissect with him as the
Oh,
season goes
absolutely.
on. And then last and finally, hard and accurately. Uh,
Hard and accurately.
last we have Johnny Weir, who's our other Olympic figure skater. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I will say, he seems really nice. I think
Mhm.
him and Tara together, they seem really cool. But like we said at the top when we were talking about Tara, so funny of him to assume that the rest of the people in the castle wouldn't assume that he and Tara at least are friendly with each other.
That they've, met each other on the ice a couple times,
Right.
a little bit
Right.
here and there. Yeah, he seems like somebody that's gonna give us some fashions also.
Hmm.
And I think anytime that you are in a situation like this where you have a familiar face like with Moore and Rob, definitely also gives you some ease of mind. So I am curious to see if this friendship with these two will either be a problem at the end of the day,
Right.
or if it will be something like, what if he's being looked at as a traitor, but Tara isn't? How is that going to work? Is she going to vote for him?
Yeah, I think they have potential to make things really really interesting. There's some interesting dynamics. That was the cast. Now let's jump into season 4, episode 1. All right, we get our intro, which is always so fucking dramatic. Everything
Always.
about the Traitors is dramatic in a way that like I can't explain. You just have to get it. You just have
You just have
to
to get it.
experience it. You know what
Mhm.
I'm
If you
saying?
know,
And
you know.
right, and I'm so jealous because there were 2 premiere parties, one in LA and one in New York, and I wasn't at either. Hello, where's my invite?
Do people not know there are other cities in this country? What the hell?
You, but
We
you know,
live
I
we
think
we live in Atlanta. Like, this is a place where people come for movies and TV shows. We need to start having stuff happen here, y'all.
listen, we need to start a coalition to get a petition or something,
I
do more
mean,
stuff in Atlanta.
it's not that hard. We're
It's
already
really
here.
not. It's really not. All right, so the intro I love. In the cars, they're driving to the castle. Michael Rappaport reveals he's a Housewives fan, which we talked.
Mhm.
Donna
Mhm.
Kelsey was really getting the doting mother and grandmother edit for this, which for me, I thought they were gonna make her a traitor just because they were giving her that edit.
Yeah, I was very curious just in general what this was going to be like. We have Mama Kelsey in the Traitors Game Castle. Like, is that a sentence I can say in 2026? Yes, it is. So for her to come in, I think, and she even says it like she's just fangirling over all these people. And honestly, I think you and I would too. I mean, she's technically, I would say, yeah, the least like famous in terms of like
Right.
celebrity status. So I totally get her being kind of like having like imposter syndrome. Like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here because you all have all these like things that got going on. You're Top Chef, you're on Love Island, you're British and hot, and I'm just two football players' mom, but she's apparently the mom of America.
I did not know that she was America's mom. I'm like so shocked by that. When they said that, I was like, oh, this is the first time I'm hearing that.
I had to check my driver's license. I was like, I'm not Taylor Kelsey. It's okay.
Right. My name does not say Jasmine Kelsey on my driver's license either. But she's getting a cute little edit at the beginning. Jam Jam immediately starts lying in the cars, which I was like, I'm living for it.
When he was like, I want to be a faithful because I want to the easiest way to win. I'm like, no, the fuck you don't. You do
Cut
not.
to his confessional. He's like, I only want to be a traitor.
Even his Entertainment Weekly did this thing where they like asked them all like their plea to be a traitor, and even his was like, "That's all I want to be." So when I'm hearing him in the car, I'm already laughing because I'm like, "No, you do not.
Yeah.
No, and you don't make sense anyway." So let's just play.
Let me ask you really quickly, if you were going on the traitors, what
Hmm.
would you want to be?
Taylor the traitor.
Taylor the traitor. Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Hashtag Taylor the traitor.
Hashtag Taylor the traitor. You heard it here first. I feel like I feel like there are people that can walk into that game and be like, you know what, they just give faithful energy. They are just somebody that just seems faithful in real life. I am faithful in real life, yes, but when it comes to $250,000, if I don't know any of you guys in this castle, close my hood. You know what I mean?
No, I feel that. I feel that. I would have to be a faithful, and only because I talk too much. Like, I talk so much, and like, I forget. So if I'm lying to people, I'll forget that I lied to you, or I'll start talking and I'm like, yeah, so. And then last night in the turret, and then people be like, bitch, what? In
Be
the
like,
what?
in the turn up.
Right. In the, oh, in the
In the
turn
turn
up.
up.
Look, in the turn up. We were turning up last
We
night.
were
That's
turning
what I
up in the
said.
kitchen. Shit. No, I get that. I get that. I think too, I say that also, but it's like even in the moment, like it's very apparently we see it's very easy to slip up on your words.
Mhm,
So, and how
mhm.
those words are then taken all the way to the round table. So it's very, very easy to get caught, even if you are faithful. And see, my thing is my favorite part about the traders that I've actually come to realize is the round tables at the very beginning of the season because they come up with the most outrageous reasons. Like Larsa season 2, I felt the vibrations of his jacket, and so I know you got tapped. What the hell did you just say? And then Tamara Judge being like, "Well, I heard you breathing hard."
Yeah.
Oh, maybe because he has asthma. It's
Right.
these reasons are so insane that I'm like, even if I was a trader or faithful, if we were sitting across the table and you were like, Taylor, I don't know, you went and got the eggs for breakfast this morning, and before we got picked for traders, you got the bread first. I'd be like, I'm putting your name now. How do you spell it, Jazz? Is it with a J or with a G?
Right.
Because this
Because
is
the way they
ridiculous.
misspell each other's
And
names
the
is
spelling is
crazy.
so good.
It's so crazy to me. It's so hilarious. Yeah, you're right though. And they do that a lot also on Big Brother, Survivor too. But on Big Brother, even this past season, season 27, remember Ashley was almost voted out because she took a longer shower.
2 hours.
A 2 hour shower. So they
Hey,
were
that's
kind
our
of
Big
getting
Brother
off
winner,
their,
though. That's our Big Brother winner, the queen of 2 hour showers.
which, so surprising to me. Shout out to her though for doing that, but I was like, wow, this is very interesting. This was the first time that they arrived at night on the Trader
Yes,
season. Am I right? I thought that added to the dramatics of it all.
the pyro of it all.
Oh my gosh, that was fabulous actually
It was
though.
awesome. I loved
I
it.
I love that. And then when everybody's getting out of the cars, they're seeing each other for the first time. The cackle that Rinna and Dorinda let out when they saw each other, I was like, these are two heckling hens, in the words of Scott from Married to Medicine.
I'm wearing your lip liner right now.
Right.
Oh my god! I was like, oh, here we go. Here we go. Yeah, everyone's getting out of the cars. Mara sees Rob. She's like,
Yes.
thank God. I think I know what I'm going to be like now. I'm with you. I love it. And then you've got who was it? Oh, anyone that went up to Donna Kelsey, you're oh, okay. Hi, nice to meet you. We have a Swifty basically in the house. What are we gonna do? I want to know kind of like everyone's thoughts when they were meeting her in particular, because like I said earlier, like she was probably the least celebrity
Yeah.
status. So to come out, you're seeing like Top Chef, Love Island, some Housewives, Big Brother, Travis Kelsey's mom.
Right.
It would be awesome, obviously, but I was just like wondering, like, how are people feeling like seeing like she's in this game with the rest of you guys? Because I know I would be like, let's talk now.
I would love to know if there's somebody who just didn't give a fuck about it. Oh, like somebody who doesn't care about football and then somebody who
Right.
doesn't care about Taylor Swift. I want to know that person's reaction to seeing her because they probably were like, she's not even famous like that. Like, we're celebrities.
You know what? I can easily hear Lisa Rinna saying that. It's okay.
If anyone was gonna say that, it was Lisa, or hell, it might have been Candace because Candace was ready to get her out immediately.
Okay, so I was actually thinking that when you were saying it, I was like, well, Candace did say sometimes even America's mom has to die. So maybe she just got out of the car thinking, I don't give a damn. You're in my way or not.
Very, very that. So Tiffany comes in with her reputation as she should. I love that people were like talking amongst themselves
Hmm.
about her and like her lore. Mora and Rob have their Love Island reunion. We just
Yep.
talked about that. I love when Rob says, "This is so different from Love Island. Like I'm wearing clothes and I haven't made out with anybody yet."
First of all, you just got there. So
Yes, there's
give
still
it a
time,
minute.
sweetie.
Give it a minute before we get to the round, before we get to the fire pit. Give it a minute, Rob. Okay. But yeah, no, Rob, you will be wearing a lot of clothes this
Oh
season.
yeah.
So just get used to no skin. Okay.
No skin showing, but there is potential for you to make out with some people.
I mean,
There's some
if
single
Mara is
ladies there.
lonely,
Do you ship him and Mora? Do you think they would make something cute.
You know what? Here's the deal. I don't really know even what her type is because I feel like she's been single for so long that I don't
Mhm.
even know where she would even like land with when it comes to a guy. So, you know what? If I'm in a big scary castle in the middle of Scotland and I'm just worried that some traitors are going to capture me and there's this snake wrangling southern boy who has a nice monotone accent, I might go over there, you know what I mean?
I think that the
I might
perfect
slither my way.
Oh, ooh, I love that. Slithering your way to his snake,
Yeah,
okay, if you will.
I will. I
I
will.
listen, I wouldn't be mad at you more if you did that. But I feel like this is the perfect setup for them
Yeah.
to maybe come together. Look, it would be a modern day love story if
If
they
you couldn't
found
find love
love.
in the villa, but could find love in the castle.
Find love in the castle. And then that's the spinoff of Love Island.
Yeah.
Wow, get us
Beyond the castle.
beyond the castle. Get us on the production team and the development teams right now.
There you go.
Okay. So Alan arrives and he looks fab. Like this is a every outfit that Alan wears. I'm like, this bitch is fabulous.
It just keeps getting better and better and better.
Yes, I love it. It's so over the top all the time. Everything about him. I'm an Alan Cumming stan. Like,
Hmm.
and it's been since season one of the Traitors. I was not familiar with his game before the Traitors, but
Hmm.
apparently he was already like really famous, which you would have to be to get a gig like that.
Yeah.
But
For sure.
I
You'd have to have some type of accolades behind you. I knew of him from other projects that he's done,
okay,
but I think like everyone, if like you weren't really that familiar with him, season one of Traders, you got to really get to know him, and he makes the show very special. I
I
think we couldn't have any other host for this show. We need Alan Cumming. The outfits are more ridiculous, but in a very fashionable way. I
yes.
could not picture myself in that, but I love you in that.
Exactly, that's exactly it. I couldn't pull it off, but Alan Cumming, he can pull off pretty much anything.
You
So
sure can,
so
for sure.
Alan comes and he gives us our first twist of the night, and he tells
Hmm.
us that not only are we gonna get a secret traitor that no one will know about, not even us as the audience, which I was like, "Bitch, we're in this together." But then I was like, "No, I love that twist." My fiance was sitting right next to me. He has been saying that since like season 2, I think. Like that
Hmm.
they need to do something like that, a twist like that. So he tells us we're getting a secret trader that nobody will know about, and also that he's going to choose that trader in plain sight.
Crazy. Absolutely crazy. We are like 10 minutes into this episode. We haven't even stepped into the castle yet. And he's like, I'm just going to pick one of you guys right now. Like, oh,
Right?
okay. All right.
Yes, right then and there, Candace is selected to go first. And I like the fact that everyone was pointing out that while you could look for differences in somebody's face or their reaction when they see inside the chest, if you don't know these people, you don't know their baseline.
That's what I think. And that going back to what I said earlier, like the first round tables, these most outrageous, obnoxious reasons, that's also a part of that. Most of these people do not know of these other people. They might have
Yeah.
heard of them. Everyone's heard of Top Chef. We've all heard of Love Island, but you might not have watched Lisa on Beverly Hills or Candace on Potomac, but you might have heard of them. So I think that what's also what makes this show so unique is you have these celebrity, almost sometimes household names, 20 of them in one place, but yet they're not even all familiar with one another. And so you're watching these people have to observe somebody that if I just met you, Jazz, for the first time and 5 minutes in, I'm like, okay, so she likes to blink every 2 seconds and her one hair is just that, and what am I doing? Like, how about I just get
Right.
to know you first and then based off of maybe how you are over 24 hours? Because when they're all standing up there, I mean, there were so many people that were just like, or, "Oh, I love it. I feel great." I wouldn't
Mhm.
know what the hell was in your box from all that shit.
Me either. I did like that though, because I was like, this is taking things up a notch. Like, this puts everybody on their toes
Yeah.
immediately. Okay. And then I love walking into the castle. You are walking in with a traitor already amongst you.
And apparently a
And
facelift of the castle.
where did they get the money for the renovations? You know what? The Emmys. They
The
winning all
budget
those
is
Emmys.
there. The
Mm-hmm.
budget is there this season, from the pyro effects to the interior design redo. I mean, they're like, we've earned these 3 Emmys, and we're gonna show you why.
100%. I love an increased budget. Okay, it makes it better for us
Yes.
as the viewers. I like to see give me all of the theatrics.
Give it
I
all.
love it. So 23 chests are revealed, 22 are empty. One player sees a trader's card. When Donna Kelsey is walking back from her chest, Rob goes, I love that woman. I love that woman.
Good.
Maybe she is America's mom after all, or
Maybe
she's
she
Rob's
is.
future wife, one of the two.
Yeah, Rob Kelsey has entered the castle.
Yes, Rob Kelsey. So then we go into the castle, and everybody knows that there's a secret traitor. Monet and Jam Jam find each other immediately and start like Jam Jam is fanning out over Monet, but they immediately start plotting on
Uh,
Mama Kelsey.
What? Let the woman come in the castle first. Let her meet y'all. Come on. She
But they
doesn't
were
know
like,
what's
we
going
ain't
on.
buying that doting grandmother, doting mother bullshit. Okay. She is here to take our money.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know. And I think like I think you said earlier, this image of this mom grandma image that they're all putting on here. I wasn't expecting that to happen. Like I just thought it'd be like, oh, we got a football mom in the house. Okay, cool. But we're all like either being very careful around her or we're like, oh, America's mom, she's got to go then. What? How about we just get to know her? Maybe she's nice.
Just get to know her. And then, also, you just made me think of something about Donna Kelsey. I don't think she is this sweet, doting woman. You raised two sons to go to the NFL. You have to be a hard ass.
Yeah, you got to have some belt to ass in your life. You can't just be soft and innocent if you are raising two Super Bowl champions, also might I add. So
Gosh, what a fucking icon for that though.
she's
Sheesh.
got a lot going on in her life.
Maybe she is America's mom after all. Maybe I do want her to be
Maybe
my
she
mom because I never won an NFL championship.
she's
Damn.
got two NFL sons, and she's basically got the number one pop diva of the country as her daughter-in-law. She might be America's mom.
You know what? Where is the adoption agency? Because I'm signing myself up.
I didn't mean to look at my license earlier. I will change it now.
Yeah, make sure you double check it. Sorry, mom.
Sorry, mom.
So, and Mora immediately starts going down the wrong road, saying that she has never watched any housewives in front of one of the most popular housewives.
I mean, she had no idea who she was talking to, even. No idea. If Portia even told her, all right, Ashley, she would not even know what that would mean.
She wouldn't know what it would mean, and I want to know if Mora would even know what being ashy meant.
No, because she looks like she's got everything full exfoliated and ready to go.
Very
So she probably
moisturized.
doesn't even know what being Ashley even feels like. But if Portia even would even say that, she'd be like, "What is that?
I
What's
I
Ashley?
think I think I
I
might.
I think Ashley. I don't know, but I love it. And honestly, I mean, but you know what? That's good though because I think we need to be aware of okay, what do you know about the rest of us and what do you not know? Because it
Mhm.
could also help with if I see you overly examining some people, but I know that you don't know these people, I might be thinking like, okay, you're either trying way too hard as a bad faithful or you're being like a really bad traitor because I don't think it's smart to in the first hours of this game to really be plotting and stuff because
Mhm.
one, yes, one traitor has been selected but they don't know if there's going to be two, three, or four more selected at the round table. So
Right.
for people to be talking about other people being possible traitors, and then we get to the round table and we see who are the traitors, it's like maybe we should have just waited to have those conversations like 20 more minutes.
Yeah, and I feel like only the gamers come in like right out of the gate, like scheming and
Hmm.
plotting. I feel like everybody else, they come in just like you mentioned, they come in for the vibes. They're like, I don't know these people. They might be reuniting with some people from their same franchise or from their same network. So they're just coming in trying to have a good time. But I feel like the survivor
Hmm.
people and the Big Brother people are always like walking in trying
Every
to plot
time.
and shit. Yeah. Either
Hmm.
way. So we get to the round table and we get our traders picks. Now let's walk through the range of emotions, okay, the anticipation that they were able to build up during this scene as Alan is walking around and he selects his first trader. What's your
I
reaction?
I think I yes, okay. My boyfriend and I we were sitting on the couch, and the moment that hand touched that shoulder, I was like, "Let's go! This is
Really?
the best!"
I think I may have scared my fiance because he taps Candace and I'm like, yes.
It was like, and I did not think she was gonna get picked as a traitor. I really didn't, and
Mhm.
so I was so happy to be wrong in that moment because I love Candace, and I just know no matter what Candace is gonna bring us to television, but now you're adding the traitor aspect to her profile on this show. She's going to turn it up even more several notches. So yeah, the moment his beautiful fingers touched her beautiful shoulder, I was so ready to go.
I was so happy, and I loved what she said in her confessional after he taps her, and she goes, "I mean, it's called the traitors. It's not called the faithfuls."
It's
Yeah,
not.
girl.
It's
She
not.
wants
And I
to be
wish, and
about
I
her.
need people to remember that also while we are watching this show. It's called The Traitors, not The Faithfuls.
I always root for the traitors in this
Yeah.
show. Do you?
I mean, I has there been a traitor I wasn't rooting for? Oh, you know what? That one traitor from season 1, the casualty guy, the one
Chris
with the long.
Christian
Yes,
Christian?
he
Yeah.
was he could have gone the hell out of there. Outside of that though, no, I'm always rooting for the traitors because I think it makes the win more like special. Wow, you actually were able to get this done in front of all of these people in this amount of time. So, yeah, I'm always down for the traitors, but that except for that one.
I love seeing how far the deception can go.
Yep.
So then the second traitor we get, was Rena second or was Rob second?
It was Rena second because I think Rob was closer to Michael, and I believe the ending was it looked like Alan was going to pick Michael, and then it ended up being Rob. I think is how
Yes.
I think that's how it went.
Okay, so Rena is the second traitor selected. And I know, look, you're not the hugest fan of Rena, but did you have any type of emotional reaction to her being selected as a traitor?
It was one of those things where when she got announced, I was like, it would be too obvious for her to be a traitor. But then when she got picked, I was like, I'm not mad about it. I'm really not mad about it at all. So far, her being a traitor, I mean, I've been entertained. Like I've been in it. And also, thank God for Michael Rappaport being in here because Lisa is by far nowhere near the most annoying creature in that house. So it's doing her so good in my eyes. Like I love you, Lisa Rinna.
I love you now, Rena. But yeah, I didn't care who it was. I was just like, oh, we got two housewives as traders. Like, bitch, we are
Crazy.
fucking up. Yes. We are being fed right now. And then he selects our third and final trader, which is Rob. And I was like, oh, they did that for us. They did that
Mm-hmm.
for Housewives, Love Island fans. Like because there's always been a gamer, a Big Brother
Mm-hmm.
player or a Survivor player, or two even as traders. They gave us two housewives and a kid from Love Island.
And a kid from Love Island. I mean, it was like they had a decision this season. Are we going to appease to the gamers or are we going to appease to the housewives and Love Islanders? And we're just going to give it to them this time because even last season, it was Bob was the only one that was not a gamer. I mean, we
Yeah,
can consider competition for Drag Race, yeah, but it was Danielle, Carolyn, and Boston Rob, three pretty big named players within their own shows. So to have no gamer at all, which when we see these three, I'm like, so is the secret traitor the gamer then? Because
right.
statistically, I'm thinking there has to be one then. So
Yeah,
maybe it's the secret traitor, which we'll find out when we get to episode 3. But yeah, these three, I'm like, this is gonna be chaotic. And I don't think Rob knows exactly who he's about to be up in there with.
that was the funny part to me. I was like, how is he gonna act with Rena and Kent? Like, it's such it's a motley crew of characters
Yeah.
with the three traders that we got. But yeah, I was really happy. I went on Reddit though, and in the trader subreddit, people were not happy with the fact that we got two housewives and someone from Love
It's very
Island.
50-50, I'm seeing.
Yeah, but I was just like, I think having gamers as traders was becoming stale, and that was going to paint an even bigger target on their backs. Now, it is going to paint a target on their backs this season because people don't know yet that there aren't any
Hmm.
gamers as traders. So I think they still have targets, but in subsequent seasons, season 5, it's going to even the playing field because now you're like, okay,
Hmm.
we don't know who could be a trader, and there's no rhyme or reason to it.
And I think that's what they needed to do finally was they needed to pick a group of traders that is pretty much random. Now, yes, it's two housewives, but that's random still
Yeah.
having two housewives and someone from Love Island as traders when yeah, every season there's always been a gamer there because you would think in this type of show you would want someone on your team as a trader that
Mhm.
has that competition strategic kind of like maybe lying mindset. So to have two housewives that argue a lot, that like to fight, that like to, throw shade. And you got Rob from Love Island. It's what are we about to get ourselves into? But I was seeing a lot of 50-50. Either you're with us and you're like, this is for us, or you're more on the gamer side of the audience and you're like, oh shit, now my favorite gamers are at risk. Well, they were going to be at risk anyway. Like
Very
you
true.
got Natalie. She was going to be at risk anyway. She's a huge threat just from where she comes from. Anyone from past shows. I mean, Ian was the winner of Big Brother 14. People were
Yeah.
even talking about that during the secret trader selection. If you come from a competition show, you already are coming in with some sort of target, but it just depends on what you do with that target once you're in the game.
100%. Rob C, he was coming in. I think they were saying he's one of the best Survivor
Yeah.
players to have never won. Tiffany Mitchell, which we talked about, iconic
Yep.
player. Everyone knows how she gets down. So yes, there were going to be targets on the gamers' backs no matter what. But
Hmm.
yeah, because we have two housewives, I don't think anyone is going to think that there are more than one as a trader. So that's a
Yeah.
really good they're in a really good position.
Hmm. They're switching things up from the problems that the Housewives were having the past 2 seasons.
Yes, yes, and also being honest, no one is going to think that somebody from Love Island is gonna be a traitor. Like, I feel like Love Island people are always sorely underestimated when they go on these other
Mhm.
shows because I don't know if you watch The Challenge, but there have been
Yeah.
a couple. Okay, so you know when the Love Island people go on The Challenge, people
Yep.
never think that they're the Challenge USA, they never think that they are gonna do well, and they always do, like, fairly well.
Olivia won.
She sure did win this last season of The
She won, and she
Challenge.
was on season 3 of Love Island, yeah, and she won. So we can't underestimate these people, y'all.
Don't underestimate Love Island. So I want to talk about now with my theory with Dorinda. So I mentioned it at the top
Okay.
how when she was announced as coming back for this season, I was like, why would they bring her back immediately? And then it hit me, they're
Mhm.
going to make her a traitor to ensure that she stays on the season longer. Now, they did not make Dorinda a traitor, but I think them making two housewives a traitor is going to insulate Dorinda so that she is not murdered at least for a
Mhm.
while. Because I definitely think Renna and Candace are gonna look out for her.
Yeah, for sure. I think too, everyone heard the outpour of anger and sadness and confusion when Dorinda was gone first.
Yes.
And because when Dorinda got casted for last season, the memes of Dorinda at her first table, well, what if your son died? Or Dorinda after 6 martinis, oh, she's starting at the round table. Like, we were ready for these Dorinda moments, and then they fucking murder her right out of the gate. And I'm like, fuck you, Bob. Like, I'm pissed off
Right.
right now. So when she comes back, I'm like, that was why I thought maybe she'll come back in some sort of twist way. But then in the preview, I'm like, oh, she's starting right how she did last season in the Jeeps,
Mhm.
pulling up. That's great. But then once I see, yeah, we have two housewives as traders. These housewives have known for the past 2 seasons that they are always one of the first ones to go. For whatever
Yep.
reason, we like to make the housewives the low hanging fruit. I don't know why. They provide a lot of entertainment more than half these people in this castle do. So
Okay.
let's stop attacking them. And so I think production did a lot of careful thinking with making sure we had these specific traders for the housewife problems that happened in the past 2 years to ensure Dorinda does stay for at least one roundtable because we got to
Mhm.
get some Dorinda roundtables. And then also too, because we need to have these gamers sweat in a way that they're not even in control though. Being on the floor and seeing how you guys all interact with one another with none of you up there, it just makes the season very interesting. And I'm really excited for it.
It really does. I'm so excited for her first roundtable because I need Dorinda to be in a passionate argument with someone, and she goes, "Clip,
I
clip."
just, what if your Hall and Tunnel had an easy pass? And Mora's, what? What's my
What?
Hall and Tunnel? Like,
I
I just
I
know
think
they
I don't
would
have
not
a
have any
Holland
idea.
Tunnel. So then they all go out and they are mingling amongst each other. We have 4 traders amongst us, the 3 that we see, and then the secret trader. Candace accuses Rinna off rip of being a traitor, and I'm like, "Candace, wait. Why
That's
are
what
we
I was
doing
talking
this?
about. What are you doing?
It's the housewives code, mama."
And also, why are you, as a trader who has not even met the other traders yet, pointing fingers? I could not believe what I was watching. I was like, is she serious right now? Like, you haven't even met her yet. Shut up. Stop.
Yeah, yeah. I was like, "Candy, now why are we doing?" And then it's like, why Lisa out of all people?
Because Lisa's fucking Rinna. She's Lisa fucking Rinna. She just gives trader energy. So on one hand, I'm like, Candace, shut up, you traitor. You're also on her team. On the other end, I'm like, well, she's not wrong because she actually got it right. So like, she got it right. She just didn't
Yeah.
know she had it right yet, and then she has to walk it back when she figures it out.
100%. And then we also see Michael Rappaport try to call Rob out. You're handsome and you don't talk, and that's gonna be a problem. Are you jelly, Michael?
Yes,
I agree.
the answer
He's
is
a little
yes.
jealous. And I love how Rob paid it though. Rob was like, if you talk to me, I'll talk to you.
Yeah, I'm telling you, Rob has literally no idea what he got himself into. And
Yeah.
as he's going through this journey, because I've seen all 3 episodes, and to not obviously spoil it, I am seeing like even just from 1 to 3, like Rob is definitely coming into the show. He's actually like really playing and being a part of it and just going all in. And so I can only imagine how Rob's like in the beginning of this show. Okay, there's a lot of loud voices. I've got this old man telling me how hot I am. Okay. Well, Maura's here. That's nice. I can only imagine what was going through that man's mind the first few hours being in that castle
Yeah, it had to be a real just shell shock, culture shock, all of the shocks. So
all
then
at once.
Alan Alan comes back giving us Darkwing Duck realness to tell us that the secret traitor. I love that coat and that hat that
It is a
that
good
he
coat.
put It was so good. So he comes back to tell us that the secret trader is going to remain a traitor. And then we see our traders go into the turret for the first time. And then can we reenact the reveal?
Are you gonna be Candace and I'll be Lisa?
Okay. I'll be
Okay.
Candace, you be Lisa. That's
Okay.
racist. But accurate.
But we're just a bunch of giggly traders, y'all.
Right. Okay, here we
Okay.
go. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
The noise complaint I know they got.
Oh
The
my
noise
goodness.
complaint I know they got. Oh.
I was like, is this how people feel when they watch sports? Because like I was watching it and everything in my body was like, yay.
No, this is our Super Bowl. Like
It
this
is our
is
Super
our
Bowl.
Super Bowl. I'm sorry, I don't care. Like them and then you then realizing like you are now watching Candace being like, oh fuck, I just told these people that you were a traitor.
In real time, she's having to process, wait a minute, I just threw you under the bus and I didn't realize you were about to be my sister.
Like a solid hour ago. Like I just did
Right.
it. So I gotta go back.
You're my sister in deception. And now I have to go and try to make it seem like I didn't just put your name at the top of
Did I
everybody's
say
list.
Lisa Rinna? I meant Lisa Vanderpump.
You know,
If
I
she
get
was here,
confused, right?
you
I
know.
confuse my Lisas sometimes. But yes, so Rob comes in and they see each other. Rob is immediately so to me, I was like, Rob does not seem happy to be a traitor with 2 housewives. Did you get that from him?
I think honestly, it like going back to what I said, I think Rob was just what the fuck is going on. I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really like examining on that note. It was more so just okay, we have these 2 loud women in front of this very quiet guy. Like, how is this going to work? What I will say though is when you watch like when everyone starts watching the other 2 episodes, I think you'll start seeing Rob is like getting into it with these 2 and like actually forming this team with them and actually playing along with them. But I think in general, even if it was me, if I walked in, I saw Lisa, Rinna, and Candace up there, and I'm with them, I would probably have a moment of just like, whoa, this is crazy even for me right now. Like it's the
Right.
3 of us, and okay, let's go, let's go.
The shock continues for Rob. At every turn is what is happening? What is
It
happening?
just
That's him.
and he still has his clothes on.
And he still has his clothes on. I don't think anyone would mind if he took the shirt off though. You're not required to wear the shirt.
It would be hilarious if he was like, "Hey, Candace, can I pull you up for a chat up in the turret?" Okay, let's go.
He should totally do that. I hope for our sake that the producers nod to the audience in that way and just
Please,
one time. Because
please
if he
give us.
does
I
it
got
more
a
than once,
text.
right, exactly. If he does it more than once, it's gonna be corny. But if he just does it just one time, it's a really cute nod to us. So they are talking as traitors and they make a pact to not expose each other. Now I love that. And let me ask you though, because I feel like when they take the traitor's oath, in the oath it says that you promise to keep the other traitor's identity a secret. So why have they been
Yes.
able to like expose each other and throw each other under the bus in past seasons? I don't understand.
Yeah, I remember. Okay, what instantly comes to my mind is the Dan versus Phaedra roundtable. It was traitor on traitor. I think what has bothered me in the past is I can't remember who it was, but I remember there was like somebody who got banished, went out to the thing and alluded to somebody else or something very specific towards another
Yep.
player that I think was also a traitor. And I remember that irritating me because I'm like, that's not fair
Yep.
for anyone. It's not fair for a trader to, in my opinion, to go up there and give any information about the other ones out there at all, because no offense, you're the one that got voted out, not them. So that's how it should be. But
Mhm.
I think in general too, like I no matter what, like even if you and I were traders and we were going back and forth, I know at the end of the game, or at the end of the day, what game I walked into. And I know that one of us is probably not going to make it. So if you do end up getting the better of me, then I'm gonna have to just suck it up. But I mean, at least I had fun doing it. I
Right.
hope though, and I do think that these 3 can actually keep that promise. I do think we'll see these 3 really working together. And fuck, unless you want Candace to read you the hell down, Rob, you better do what she says.
You better do what she says. I wish that's my one gripe with the traders. I wish that they enforced that rule a lot more
Mhm.
because it doesn't make sense to me that you take that oath or you make that promise when you take the trader's oath and then you can just throw them under the bus. The UK traders, they have that bad. Like they'll get selected and at the first round table they're like, "Traitor, Like they are ready to get each other out like immediately. It's
Oh,
really
wait a minute. Sorry. Hold on a second. I read today on right before I got on here that the UK traders, their season right now, they also did a secret trader twist. Except for them, the secret trader knew who the traders were.
Oh.
Yes. So
Oh.
that's where we're different now. We don't this secret trader doesn't even know who the traders, but for UK right now, their secret trader knew of the other ones no matter what. They just didn't know who the secret trader was. So I wonder which way would I prefer then? Because I think I would want to know who the other ones are.
I
Just
think
for
so.
I'm not like doing anything against them.
Right. And I also think that that just increases the stakes. It ups the stakes on the
Hmm.
game. And so I think the secret trader moving forward probably should know who the other three traders are. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I mean, UK traders, they are so brutal. You know Aaron from Love Island season 6, he won
Yeah.
this season of the
Season
traders
one,
that
yeah.
he was on. Yeah, so he was really good on that. They also are doing like the celebrity traders. So the UK traders has always been just like regular people, and now they're in a season of celebrity traders.
It's amazing.
You watched
I watched
it.
it. I watched
Okay.
it. It's amazing. It is so, so good. You don't even need to know a lot of the celebrities. You just need to watch it with an open mind. And I promise you, you guys, you will enjoy yourself. I could maybe tell you two or three of the people before I started watching. Now I'm like obsessed with half of them because one, they've got accents, of course, but two, it was just really actual good television. It honestly reminded me of season 2 Traders on over here in the US. How
Oh,
good
I
it
love
was.
that. Yeah, the Traders
Mhm.
UK is so good, and they were the originators of the Traders. Like, we're calling them the
Yeah.
Traders UK, but they are actually just called the Traders. We are
Mhm.
called the Traders US because we're a spinoff of the Traders in the UK. So they were the originators of it. That damn the king, he still got his foot on our necks over here in America. We'll never be free of him.
The
We'll
land of the
never be
barely free.
exactly. So we get to the first mission and there's coffins in the water. I was like, the traders are so dark sided, just very dark
Yeah.
sided. Coffins in the water. Alan is dressed as a coffin again, another over the top
Love
outfit.
it.
Yes, right. The red team, so they split themselves into teams because they all have to row out into the lock to pick up these coffins. The coffins have either a dollar sign or an X on them. The dollar signs
Mhm.
obviously are worth money. And so they have to retrieve these coffins one by one and then put them in these graves. Now they have to split up into three teams. We get the red team, the white team, and the green team. And this is where we get Stephen Coletti telling us that he has a California's boater license, which needs to be
I
revoked immediately.
I literally said in my notes, here's Rob being the man of the red boat. Mm. Meanwhile, Steven in his California boating license is struggling to get away from these fucking rocks.
Because you really have to get out and push it, sweetie. You're not a really good instructor.
And also, don't tell us that first. Like maybe drop that note like after the fact, you know? You
After.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? But obviously, if we were gonna be in any boat, I'm gonna have to be in the gay boat. I mean, I got Carolyn, Mara, I've got all the gays. I'm like, the boat is made for me. So I'm on team. I think it was the green boat.
Yes, I would have wanted to be on the green boat as well. Okay. So we would have been on the same
Mhm.
boat together, rowing away with our oars. Okay. Getting our arm workouts in for the
Get a
week.
nice arm workout.
I love it. Got to work on the guns. So when they come
Exactly.
back with their coffins, they realize that the graves are not unmarked graves. They all have a name on them. And the twist is,
Diabolical.
right? The twist is every person who gets a coffin in their grave is up for murder. They are diabolical
Diabolical.
for that. Yeah.
Diabolical. To
That was
have the
crazy.
first list of people be decided by the fellow people is absolutely crazy. But I mean, this first episode, we got introduced with fire all around us in 5 minutes. We have secret traders being picked in front of our eyes. There is obviously the rule book has been thrown out this season.
Yes, it has been thrown out. And then immediately after that, we see that Natalie quickly tries to form an alliance with another team so that they can fill the third team's
So
coffins
smart.
up. Very, very smart lady. Too bad that fucking falls apart almost immediately.
Literally, too bad the fucking gay team is, oh, we're going to switch. I'm like, what the fuck? That was such a good strategy.
It was a good strategy, but you know, traders is kill or be killed. So
It
if
is.
you come, if you're approached by another team saying let's not fill each other's coffins, what do? You can't say no. Actually, we're still gonna fill your coffins.
Yeah. Sorry.
Loyalties will be tested always
Yeah.
in a game
Sorry
like the
about it.
Traders. Yeah, sorry, Natalie, but that was a really good strategy, girl.
It was
kudos to
actually. It was
you.
very smart of her.
It was. And then Candace, we talked about this already. This is when she immediately starts gunning for Mama Kelsey. She's America's mom, but in this game, America's mom might need to die.
She
Okay.
she even goes even further. She goes, she's old. Do we need that? Is what she says. Okay.
And therein lies why I always like Candace, because she does not give a fuck.
She
She
keeps it very
knows.
honest.
Yes, and she knows people are going to be upset by that, but she doesn't care. She couldn't care less. So they go through the full challenge, and we see some funny
Mhm.
things. When was it Colton who pulled the coffin onto the boat, and Monet was like, hot. I love how Monet is like, I want to have my way with some of these people in here.
Monet just was like, do it again.
Right.
There's another coffin. Do it again. And then it was on the boat,
I
and they're like, thanks. What are we gonna
right.
do with this?
This was the thing for me with that. When he pulled the coffin onto the boat, I'm like, oh, so they could effectively take two coffins at one time. Was there a rule against that?
I think because I remember they had to hook them onto the thing. So I think that was the rule, is that it had to be
It
hooked.
had
So
to
when
be.
he threw it on the boat, I was like, I think we're just doing whatever the hell we want right now,
Yeah.
because we have alliances within this own game being broken up within 5 minutes. So let's just get what we can done.
Yeah. Yeah. He did what he needed to do in that moment.
He sure did.
So we get to the end of the challenge. The white team is rushing up, but they run out of time at the very last second. So we end with 9 coffins, and those 9 people are then up for murder. Now, one of Portia's funniest lines came from this scene right here. When Alan is calling everybody up to go to their coffins, he calls Donna Kelsey, and Portia goes, "Go with peace."
What? What? So unserious. Go with peace.
Go with peace.
I'm sure Donna was like, what?
Right.
What does that mean? Okay.
Portia, the Portia is so iconic to me because she says shit, and I'm like, there's no way you put a second thought to that before it came out of your mouth.
Go.
265 days a year, you didn't think about that.
Well, someone had to build the railroad that they were using. Somebody had to build it, the train.
That's why she will forever be an icon in our universe. So
Amen.
so they're in the Jeeps and they're driving back to the castle.
Let's talk about this.
Yes, we also get a moment with the housewives, Candace and Portia, in the car, and Candace tells Portia that Michael Rappaport wanted to put coffins in the housewives' grave. She 100% said this. Okay, 100% says this. Portia is like, what? What? So then we go back into the castle. Portia tells Michael, she confronts Michael about this, and Michael goes, "Tell me who said it." So Portia takes the whole, in housewives fashion though, because it's we're about to have a show, bitch. Okay.
Yep.
She goes right into the kitchen. She sits there. She calls Candace out about it. Candace lies.
I can't remember who it was. Someone came up to someone in the kitchen and was like, you might want to stay here. It's going to be good. And they were like, okay.
Was it Monet? Did Monet say it?
It might have been because I remember hearing that and thinking, yeah, because I literally wrote in my notes, oh shit, first housewives, let's go.
Because I think I remember seeing a bald head. I think I heard that come out of a bald head. So
Probably was Monet.
it might have been Monet. So yes, Candace straight up lies. And I'm like, girl, I got nothing for you because you definitely said what she said you said.
Yes, and I will say this too. She did say those words in the car or in the GPS on the way back to the castle. And yeah, Michael did say the night before, about the housewives 1 in 5 thing. Did Candace maybe put the two worlds together? Sure, we can call it a fusion, I guess. But also, I think she knew that she could get away with lying about that to Portia of all people.
That's actually a really, really good point. And I love that she was so quick on her feet about it because I feel like
very, very quick.
she's like, I said yesterday, had she slipped up for even half a second, she would have been done.
It would not have been good. It would not have been good, especially in front of the other two traitors.
Exactly. So she was really quick on her feet, but I love when they tried to include Maura. And Maura's like, I have a really bad memory.
And then Michael is like going off, and I love where she was like, please stop talking. And that sucks too, for her to have been the only other person in that car and then to get called out and you're like, my memory's shit. Well, that's all we got here, y'all.
It it worked in Candace's favor that she had a bad
It
memory because
did.
she couldn't, yeah,
It
she could
did.
not corroborate what happened in that Jeep. But that was hilarious. Michael is really impassioned during this moment. He's like, I would never target the housewives. It would hurt me more than it would hurt them. And I'm like, oh,
Mm.
I don't think so, but I love the passion. You
Hmm.
don't.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
Okay.
for someone who loves Housewives, I will respect that. Yes. However, Michael, you did open your mouth the night before, though, and you
I
did
did.
say, for whatever reason, well, there's got to be at least one of them. We got to think about that. I would, as a huge housewife lover that you claim that you are, and you're saying it already. Why would you even say that out loud? Like that's
Right.
the part you keep quiet to yourself because if I'm in that game and I know I'm with five housewives, iconic housewives, I'm probably going to stay with them as long as I can because, yeah, I probably do think there is at least one. But also, when am I ever going to hang out with five housewives at one time again? I'm trying to milk this shit. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying anything. In fact, I don't even think any of them are traitors. I think they're all beautiful faithfuls.
Angels.
That's how you
Beautiful.
walk into that shit.
Yes. Beautiful angles are the housewives.
Beautiful angles. All 265 angles. Beautiful.
Yes, Candace definitely made it out for herself. So we'll see if that ever comes back up. But we get back to the turret and they get their short list. So out of the 9 people who were up for murder, the secret traitor got to create this short list of people. And on the short list, we have Rob R., who is a traitor,
Yep.
Ian, Eric, and Mark. Now, Taylor, based on this short list, did you have an idea of who the secret traitor could be based on this?
So, yes.
Okay.
What I will say is I looked at my boyfriend and I said, depending on who's taken off of the short list, gives me a good idea of who's on it. Because you remember there were 9 people. So in
Yes.
my mind, I'm thinking, okay, if for instance, if the secret trader happens to be one of these 9, they're definitely going to take themselves out of it. And also
True.
the fact that Rob R being on that list too, I think was even funnier because he was shocked. Like, what the hell? And that's why I think we needed these traders to know, or the secret trader to know about the other 3 because the secret trader just put one of their own kind on this damn list. But I had a feeling once I saw who was not on that list, who it could be.
On 3, we're gonna say who we thought, okay?
Okay.
1, 2, 3. Mike
Donna.
Rappaport.
Oh, what?
1, 2, 1, 2,
One,
3,
two,
release.
three, release him. Yes, but here's the deal. He was on my radar too because for someone who keeps just opening their mouth so much and drawing
Yeah,
attention, I'm like, either you are being a very bad faithful and you're nervous, or you're being an even horrible trader and you just can't shut up for a second. So
yeah.
maybe the power of secret trader was being like too much on him. I can definitely see that for sure. But just something about the shortlisting, I was like, there's gonna be a way to figure this out, I think, for us as a viewer on who the secret trader could be, maybe.
Yeah, and the only reason I thought it was Michael, and it's the most obvious reason, right, is because he kinda came at Rob before in a
Hmm.
couple of scenes
Oh,
before.
wait, I didn't even think
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah, and then the fact that everyone on the short list was a man, and I was like, well, Michael, for as much as fever as we're giving him, he's been coming in kind of showing that like he might be willing to align more with the women by talking about how much he loves the housewives and stuff like that. So I was
Yeah,
like, oh, this feels like it could be a Michael Rappaport short list, but you thought it was America's Mom.
Donna. I thought it was
Yeah,
America's Mom, and because there were no females left on the list, so I thought, okay, we
true.
know how housewives like to protect themselves. Maybe a female's trying to protect the other females as well. Because I think with traders, it tends to become like a male dominant type of strategy
True.
game. And so anytime a woman gets ahead of some of these men, I'm very much like, yes.
100%. Well, listen, that brings us to the end of episode 1, the premiere episode. I was really excited at the end. I'm super looking forward to this season. Do you have a prediction for a winner?
So honestly, I don't,
Okay.
because these trader choices were insanely just chaotic for me. And so I don't even know, with there not being a gamer up there, I really think we don't know what's going to happen. Like, I don't think Rob, Candace, or Lisa yet, so, from what I've seen so far, are thinking about this from a strategic mindset, thinking of,
Mhm.
who is really going to be the person that's going to be able to actually figure it out statistically and like the smartest of them all, which I'm also okay with because the chaos and randomness of some of these choices could be really entertaining. And we've seen
Yeah.
in past seasons that they kill someone and the rest of the group is in a frenzy. They're like, I don't know how this person, died in front of us. We don't know how to play the game anymore. We're all like chaotic, and that makes it easier for the traders. So I like how there's this chaotic energy with these three. And I like that I don't have a winner predicted yet because I don't even know what's going to happen next week at this point with these three. And that's the kind of entertainment I like, is just the unpredictability of a show like this.
100%. I agree with you. I do not have a winner pick. I have one prediction though after watching the premiere, and it's not a
Mhm.
winner, but I do think that Monet Exchange is going to get recruited at some point to be a traitor. Now, if a traitor gets banished and they have to recruit another one, I think Monet is going to be the first choice.
I know one thing for sure. Monet is counting the number of episodes until she surpasses Bob. I know she is. I know it.
Gotta love the sibling rivalry. There we go.
Amen to that.
All right, Taylor. Well, thank you so much for coming to chat all things Traitors with me. Let my subscribers know where they can find you and follow you.
Yes, everybody. Well, first, Jazz, I just like Potomac had an amazing time. I feel so traitorous in this cloak, and I cannot wait to murder more people this year with you. But yeah, you can find me on TikTok, TAJ Talks, Taj Talks. Those are my initials. And then on Instagram, I'm TAYAUS Jackson. So pretty easy to find me. And yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited to talk to you, even not on here, but just about the show and just to see where else 2026 is going to take us.
Oh my gosh, likewise. It's always such a pleasure to talk and recap with you. You are one of my favorite creators and one of my favorite people to recap with. So they'll be seeing you again soon for sure.
I can't wait.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in to my Traitors premiere recap with Taylor. I always have so much fun with him. Make sure you guys go and follow him because, like I said, his recaps are always so fun and they are immediate. After the episode goes off, you can count on a video from him almost immediately. Okay. He's going to give it to you hard and accurately. And until next time, I'll see you guys. Bye.